Hello and welcome to New England Cuisine, the program that celebrates the food and flavors of New England. I'm Chef Chris Prosperi from Metro Beast in Simsbury, Connecticut. It's turkey time here on New England Cuisine, so who better to join us than Carolyn Miller-Stevens, the co-owner and CEO of the acclaimed Miller Foods in Avon, Connecticut. Carolyn's going to show us how to make a delicious stuffing, how to carve a roast turkey, and then I'm going to complete the menu by using leftover turkey to make a black bean and turkey chili. All right, so Carolyn.
Hello, gobble
Tell
gobble.
us.
It's that turkey time of year.
It's turkey time.
It's turkey
so first,
time.
tell us about Miller Foods and where
Yeah.
you are in Avon, Connecticut.
Located the same place we've been for over 64 and a half years. We're
That's crazy.
a tradition. Right next to the oldest cavalry in the country.
Yes.
On Arch Road in West Avon and Avon. Started in business, a family business, raising 14,000 turkeys. I was a head gizzard opener, Chris.
Wow. So that's
Did you ever
where you
open
said,
a-
that's
did
where you start.
Did you ever open a gizzard?
I have. I
Okay,
have.
well, you know
Yes.
that, you know what it takes. It's a very
Yep,
interesting organ.
change. Yeah.
So anyways, that's my
Okay, so
start.
fast forward. So how many turkeys today?
Well, what we do is, as with, we're talking about the Lyman Orchard, private labeling companies, that because Connecticut and the government changed USDA regulations.
Yeah.
So now we have them grown to our specifications.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we do raise a few still.
Yeah, sure.
So
But
if you want a real live bird, come on
a lot
by.
of other things, right?
Yes, things change and you have to change. If there was Thanksgiving once a month,
Then you'd be different.
Then
All
we'd
right,
be
so
different.
it's Thanksgiving now.
Right.
And you're going to start us off by showing us how to make your stuffing.
well, the stuffing for a special product we make.
Oh,
Do you know
very
what that
cool.
is called?
No, I don't know what it's called. Go ahead, tell me.
Turkeys.
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 All right, so what are turkeys?
Easy.
All right.
Turkey is a semi-boneless bird
Okay.
that cooks in half the time, carves in half the
You're
time.
talking my language.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know,
I like
that
easy,
too.
quick.
Well,
right?
you like the first thing you like, because I know I've been to your restaurant, the quality.
Yes.
So we got that in common,
All
Chris.
right, so tell me about your stuffing. A little
Stuffing,
different
let's
than most
start it.
stuffing,
Well,
right? Because what do we have here?
yes. This is couscous.
All right. Now, for people that have not made couscous,
Right.
like turkey-ease or turkeys,
Turkeys.
this is
Yes.
the easiest thing in the
This
world to
is
make.
the easiest
You
thing.
have couscous in a bowl.
Exactly.
I have boiling water.
Perfect.
You pour boiling water
All right.
over
Look
couscous,
at this. This is it.
and that's it.
And
how
that's all
long?
you do.
20 minutes?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I got the
10
instant
minutes?
kind.
Instant kind.
I
All right. So
cut
you know
it
what?
down.
We're
You got
gonna
it.
we're gonna leave that here.
Okay.
And then we'll show everyone
And this is
in
how
a few
the
minutes what it
couscous
looks
is.
like. So yeah,
This
that's
is-
basically it
this is how it
absorbs,
is.
right?
Exactly.
It absorbs all the water.
Right.
And that's it. You're done.
Also, if you want to cook that in your stock,
Oh yeah.
you can do that with
for
your
a little extra flavor.
a little extra flavor with it. So
All right.
you get nutrition and flavor at the
So
same
basically,
time.
starting with a package of couscous.
Couscous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now what do we do?
Apples.
Apples.
We try to the ease.
Go ahead. Chop them all
is
up. So that's
exactly.
2 apples chopped up into small pieces.
Exactly. Just
we're
put
throwing
that
that
in
in.
there.
All right.
Applesauce.
Applesauce. And how much applesauce is this?
This is about a cup of applesauce.
About a cup of applesauce.
Again, depending upon if you have a smaller
Yep.
turkeys or larger one, you could use a little bit more.
All right. Next.
Okay, now I want to, this, yeah, I try
Okay.
to make things easy,
Yeah, yeah.
and because time is limited, but
Yeah.
you want quality.
So you have canned.
So I have canned apricots, and what
Okay.
I like to do is I take the knife and I cut them
Yeah.
right in the can.
See, this is why I
you
love
don't
you.
dirty another dish.
You don't dirty another
dirty
dish.
a cutting
No
board.
cutting board.
And
No
ba-boom.
juice all over
there
your hands.
There you go. Look at that.
So you went from
Perfect.
pulled peaches or peach pieces to peach dice.
Exactly.
Dicing 'em in the can.
And that is another
Love it.
point. You can make this with more vegetables.
Yeah.
This happens to be the apricot.
All right. Next.
What do you think those are?
Dried.
Try it.
Dried cranberries.
You got it, kid.
Dried cranberries.
All right,
I
there
love
we go.
dried cranberries.
All right,
All right.
delicious, fine.
So about a cup
colorful.
of dried cranberries.
Exactly.
Okay. And we're just mixing it up.
Mix
And
it
next?
up. Next, we got. I added some. You know, I put jasmine rice in.
Okay.
You know, one thing about this stuffing is a lot of times it doesn't have to be exact.
Okay.
And so this
So you're going to
is
take some jasmine rice
jasmine
or whatever
rice,
white rice you have.
White rice, you've got brown rice.
Right.
And then now we have another rice within it. Okay, this also
This
works.
looks like a wild rice.
It is wild,
Yeah.
just like you.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
So wild rice,
Wild
white
rice.
rice. So this is a wild rice and couscous stuffing
Exactly.
with apricots and cranberries.
And then we always toss in the butter.
All right, this is what I like to say.
Show me
you
what you
add,
do.
You add about a teaspoon of butter. No more than a teaspoon of butter.
Keep going,
because
kiddo.
you don't want to add too much butter, right? So you just want to add a teaspoon.
I
right?
like
so
your style.
what you do is you distract.
I like it.
You distract everyone in the room and just say you're at a teaspoon over and over and over again till you get about a stick of butter in there, right?
I like
and when
your
people
style.
are asking, you just say it's never more than a teaspoon, and under your breath you say at a time.
I like that.
All right, and then?
I like it. One thing, this also, you get vegetarians that come to your holiday meal,
Yeah.
you can put this on the side.
Okay.
So you'll have a different, also,
Then the
a
next
different
ingredient
meal.
we're gonna
The
add,
next
which
ingredient,
is?
this is the stock.
This
okay,
is
how do
turkey
we
stock.
get the stock?
All right, everything that comes in the turkey,
Right.
which are the turkey gizzards, right? And we put that in a pot with some vegetables, some cold water, bring it up to a simmer it for whatever amount of time, and then you have turkey stock.
Perfect.
It doesn't get any easier than that. You can make gravy with this, right? I love your idea of what I call wetting the stuffing with it, right?
Yes,
And you just wet the stuffing
Nice
with it.
and moist.
And get a couple little pieces of carrots in there is not a bad thing, right? If you get a little couple pieces.
And the other advantage with this is you can make it the night before and add it, because an issue people have is sometimes they add hot stuffing to a product, and that's when they get problems.
That's when they get problems, right?
So this is perfect.
I always say there's so many things to do at Thanksgiving. If you can find 3 of your main items to do ahead of time, because you got to cook the turkey that day. So find things like the stuffing you can do the day before, get it in the roasting pan you're going to roast it in, and have it all set to go in the oven.
Perfect.
Good.
Delicious, ready to go. Then you can stuff it in the turkeys, which is stuffed between the meat and the skin. So the turkey is, you lose about 50%. And it looks almost like a goose.
Okay.
We'll show one afterward.
Very
and
cool.
this way, there's that thin membrane. So you put your hands between the meat and the skin. If you don't feel like touching it, put gloves on.
I'm a glove person.
But you got to get, the holiday, you just got to get right into it. So then you can put the stuffing in and shove as much as you want, because that is like an elastic.
Okay.
It expands.
Sure.
But when you're roasting it, as you know, and a lot of people forget this, say the bird is 20 pounds.
Okay.
You have 8 pounds of stuffing. You've got to cook to the 28 pounds.
Yes, you got to add the weight.
Right, add the weight with it.
And what do you say for cooking a turkey? How long do you like per pound or?
With it, about 12 to 15 minutes, especially ours are fresh at the holiday time.
So that's different than using a previously frozen one.
Right, and plus there's no additives or preservatives. They're all natural, so it doesn't have all that added salt and stuff you can't even pronounce.
It's an amazing difference getting a fresh turkey.
Yes, it is.
Right?
And it cooks quicker. You go to some of the old cookbooks, they say 20 minutes a pound. Hey, let's look at that couscous.
Okay, let's look at the couscous.
Look at this.
Ready?
It just
all right, so is that, wait a minute, is this it?
Oh, sorry. This is it, kiddo.
This is it?
Yeah.
Bake and go.
Bake and go.
See?
This is it. It's
Turkeys.
Turkeys.
Right? For Thanksgiving this year, that's our motto. Turkeys. All right, so real quick before we go, let's just talk couscous. So you saw us put the water in it, right?
That's it.
And that's it. So, and I like the idea of putting stock in it too. So you can take your broth that you made if you have leftover and bloom your couscous in the broth, right? And that's it. You fluff it up, and that's the same couscous we started with.
Exactly.
Yeah, that wasn't even. That was like 6 minutes.
See, that's why we
I
want
always
to
say
make it
20
easy.
minutes. It's never 20 minutes.
Never
You're right.
20 minutes.
All right.
Never
So we're gonna take a break.
Okay.
And when we come back, it's time to carve turkey.
Turkey
It's
time.
gonna be out of the oven.
Let's go, kiddo.
It's turkey time. All right.
All
So
right,
we'll be
thank
right
you.
back.
What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs, just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
And we're out.
You got plans?
You bet. $50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me.
What's going on?
Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plate.
Wait!
Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Okay. She's gonna love me all over again. Now,
Jamaica, here you come.
here we go.
Good job.
And we're back with my new pal, Cal.
All right.
Right, Cal?
You
And
go,
we're
guys.
turkeying it.
We
All
are
right,
turkeying
so
it.
we have
Turkeying it.
turkeying it. And
Right.
I love this. All right, so this is a new turkey from Miller Foods, or a new way to prepare turkey,
Correct.
or it's kind of set and ready to go for us. So what does Miller Foods do to this turkey to get it to this point so we can just put it in the pan?
I say our master butchers
Yeah.
work with their knives.
Okay.
These bone and
Yeah,
knives
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Okay. They work like Norman Rockwell
Yeah.
paints his
So,
Thanksgiving.
carving it away.
Exactly.
So they've taken off
So
some pieces.
You take out the breast cage, you
Yeah.
take out the thigh bones. We have two ways of doing it. A lot of the food service, we have large accounts down in Washington,
Yeah.
D.C.
Yeah, yeah.
They like the wings removed.
Yeah, yeah, look.
Consumers,
So
you leave
the wings
it on.
you can roast with
You
our
roast.
turkey, right? And
Right.
then you can have turkey wings the next day.
Exactly.
All right, so this is basically a semi-boneless turkey?
Semi-boneless, and between your meat and skin, this
Yeah.
is where you
Yeah.
can flip
If
that
you want
stuff
to,
out.
yeah.
If you want to, or you can roast it like that.
Roast it like this.
Right.
And half the time?
It cooks in about half the time.
So
and
how
when
much
you carve it
per
too,
minute?
12 to 15 minutes.
Per
and around,
pound. All right,
I usually
so
crank
ready?
it up.
So
for
we're
a-
going to take it
All right, kid.
and
You got
put it in the
Look
pan.
at
So
this.
if you saw that, we had in this pan onions, celery, and carrots in little rows.
Correct.
That's our raft that
Exactly.
we actually roast the turkey on.
Right.
So this goes, you can season it if you want,
You
do
can do
whatever
what-
you
do
do to your
something or
normal
nothing.
turkey, right?
Right.
And then in the oven, what's your
In the
favorite
oven.
temperature? Because people are always asking me, what's the temperature I should be cooking the turkey at?
I like to start it at about 450 for
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Okay.
And then turn it down to 325.
And 325, and then you'd go
Right,
with your
12
pints,
to 15 minutes.
15
Now,
minutes per
one thing,
pound.
Chris,
Yep.
is that what I like to do too, and you can put in a lot more different vegetables. Again, I like to make it easy. And then I'll put in water.
Okay, just a little bit.
Just actually, about an inch of water.
Ah, okay.
So it cooks your vegetables.
Yeah.
And so you have 3 different vegetables.
So you can actually eat
One
those
pan,
vegetables.
One pan, 3 vegetables.
Yeah.
Again, in roasting it, think of how many pounds you put in.
Yeah.
You got your 3 vegetables, then you've got this awesome stock.
Yeah.
So all you need besides this pan is a pot to boil your potatoes in,
and that's
or
it.
we sell these pre-made
Yeah, done.
potatoes. And then you can just thicken it with either your flour or cornstarch.
And
but
then
it's
you have your
basically
gravy.
a one
All right, there's
meal.
there's our turkey.
One meal
All right,
deal.
and then after X amount of hours,
X amount of hours.
look at this.
Look
right?
at this.
Does that, right? Does it get
Look
better?
at
Can you
this.
see it? Does it get better than that? And did you put anything on the outside? Because
Nothing.
it is so golden.
Nothing. No,
right?
I didn't. And I extra golden it because I thought this way on the TV
Yeah.
it would show a little bit more.
Oh my
One
God.
thing I do in the end,
Yeah.
and this is for your regular turkey
Yeah.
or your turkeys.
Yeah.
I had a leftover bagel.
Yeah.
You put the end of the rolls, you've got an extra English muffin.
Yeah,
So you don't really have